Hello, my friends. So, my neighbor Dean and I were out on a rock hunting mission, looking for some geode and agate rock kind of things for cutting and carving, and we came across this ancient and super cool turtle out in a creek bed unexpectedly. So, let's take a look at this guy and listen and find out a little more about him. We are at Lost Creek Park in Allen, Texas. You can see we're just kind of in a little creek bed, shale rock, limestone, and just out looking for some rocks. And me and my buddy Dean, and he spotted this guy. And I'll give you a little scale here so you can see how big this guy is. This is my hand right in front of you. So you can see the tail there, how long it is. From the tail to the tip of his nose is probably 18 or more inches. And there are crustaceans on the shell. Multiple. So, I mean, this guy is super old. Like ancient old. Look at the head. Let me zoom back out so you can see him. Look at the size of his head. The claws are huge. Almost alligator-like. And that's the tail. It looks almost like an armadillo tail, but hard. And like I said, he's about, I'd say the shell itself is almost a foot long and almost as wide. So you can stand up and you can see the size of some of these large rocks that are around me, and he's just as big. I'll try and figure out, we don't know if he's alive or not. Looks like the water flow here slows down a lot and the rocks get pretty big.
He's alive.
So there's not a lot of ways for him to get through here to the next pond down there. So we're gonna see. He's not really responding much. It's hard to see if he's moving or if it's just the water kind of moving him. It's hard to see his eyes. He doesn't seem to be, his neck doesn't seem to be moving a lot, but a little movement from his neck. So
he's as old as
me. He's older than Dean by a long shot. Well, now at least his back foot's moving a little. Maybe he's trying to get loose, so let's see if we can figure out how to try and put him in a better spot, because I think he's stuck. But let's see if we can move him somewhere and find him a better spot. So a quick interlude here. I think we have, to the best of my understanding, we have identified our find as the common snapping turtle. It is the second largest amongst the snapping turtle varieties. We'll have a comparison side by side in a second. But this is the technical name for it is actually a Chalydra serpentina. So serpentina, so there's a indication that is snake-like in its appearance. So you can kind of see that in the tail and snout and things like that. Typically, these things will get up to maybe 35 pounds or so. But this guy, we didn't pick him up. But age-wise, they are definitely known to exceed 100 years in their lifetime, and some are unknown ages. So there is no telling how old this guy really is. So in contrast, you see ours would be the one on the right, certainly not that size, it's not that large, but of the two largest, the one on the left would be the alligator turtle, the other snapping turtle. So alligator snapping turtle on the left, our guy is the common snapping turtle on the right. And I am not positive, but from all the research I've done, that appears to be the most accurate description I can find. So anybody let me know if you know more than I do about this at this point, but that appears to be what we're looking at. So let's take a look in us as he starts moving around and we know for sure he's alive, and moving on to better spot. So as you can see here, we have started to get him moving a little bit, so we knew he was definitely alive and well, which was mainly all we were concerned with. We weren't sure if he was alive or not, so we wanted to make sure he was moving and he was not injured, and we didn't want to disrupt him or pick him up. So we were able to get him moving, and he smooth sailed on down into a little deeper pond, little better water flow, and little nice little cubby. So he found himself a nice little spot. He's not jammed up with rocks. Doesn't look like anything around could fall and trap him. So he found a good spot. Got him out of a spot where if we hadn't been paying attention, we could have easily stepped on him. Now, like I said, I doubt people are in this particular place ever, especially where we were just walking around in that creek bed. But just glad he found a better spot, and really super cool just to run into something like this, because this is known as, like I said, this is the common snapping turtle. It's the second largest amongst them, and we saw the comparison of the other, but you can see the head up close here, and kind of like the serpentine snake-like look that we were talking about. And that these guys are known to get, like I said, up to and over 100 years old. So what I'm getting you a better angle of here is on the back of this turtle. If you look closely, and we'll get a good angle, you can count the sections on its back, and you'll count the sections. If you go around the outside, you'll find 10 sections there, and up the middle you'll find 3 more, so 13 total. So what this represents in a lot of Native American mythology and other legends from around the world, including Turtle Island in the history of America in Native culture, 13 is actually representing the number of months in a year. So if you think about the word month, it's actually from moonth, as in a moon cycle, which is based on 28 days. Which also corresponds to the female cycles for pregnancy and so on, were measured in moon cycles of 28 days. So there were 13 months in a year. So the back of the turtle itself was actually, to them, a calendar. And on different turtles, a lot of sea turtles especially, you will also find the whole 28 going around the 13 in the middle. This particular guy doesn't have the 28 sections on the surrounding, but he does have the 13 in the middle. So if you do a little bit of research on the 13 months calendar and Native American culture and moon cycles, and how the calendars used to be measured, and how they measured the star movements before our current calendar. So just another cool part about finding stuff like this out in nature and being able to see a little more about it. So super cool. No telling how old that guy is. He could be over 100 years old. And we just got to run into him in nature and see something that we probably would have never seen otherwise. So pretty cool. Hope you all enjoyed and have a great day.